What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to our weekly fantasy football update. We left last week at 10-8. Going into week 3, 10-8. I have made some trades, made some waiver claims. Let's see where we stay at now. So here is my main team. The U done messed up 8 runs. We are 1-2, 8 out of 10. We lost by just barely, right over a point, which sucks. This week, we got Baker Mayfield, Bijan, Bucky, DK, Tedero McMillan, Brock Bowers, Dobbins. Pick up the Bills' defense against the Saints, Boswell. Off our bench, we have Marvin Harrison, Jerry Jeudy, Travis Etienne, Jordan Addison is finally back, J.J. McCarthy is still out, Broncos' defense against Cincinnati, and Juwan Johnson. If we look at the scoreboard, we are projected to win by 6 points, 6.1 points. If we look at the schedule, right here, we were playing 3-0. My friend Morgan Blair, shout out to Morgan. This is what the standings look like for this specific league. Down here at 8th. Not doing that well, even though I think our team is really good. Look at the available players. Jake Elliott with the Steelers defense. Harrison Butker, Brock Purdy, Dallas Goedert, C.J. Stroud, Lions defense, who had a hell of a game last night. Josh Downs, Colston Loveland, Tank Bigsby, Jonnu Smith, Harold Fannin. So, not too shabby at all. And then my second most important team, the Hawk Tuwa on Pua's, one of the leagues that I've actually won a championship in. We are 1-2, ranked 10th, losing streak 2, waiver claim we are 3. We are playing the Denton CD Ref, who are 2-1. Brock Purdy is questionable. We got traded Jahmyr Gibbs for Alvin Kamara and Ashton Jeanty, which has not paid off yet. We have Drake London, DJ Moore, Harold Fannin, Chris Olave, Justin Fields, Bashal Tulton, Rashad White, Marvin Harrison, Evan Ingram, and Brandon Aubrey. Transactions. We dropped Michael Penix and Atlanta Falcons defense because just straight up bad. So here's the trade: Jahmyr Gibbs for Alvin Kamara and Ashton Jeanty. I know it's probably stupid, short term, maybe even long term, but I needed more running back depth, so I got a good 2-for-1. And then I did flip suspended Rashee Rice for Chris Olave. Was offered a trade that didn't get accepted because he was offered another trade that he did approve. It was Drake London for Javonte Williams and Alec Amaynor. Wish I could have got accepted, but he already got accepted. So that blows. I did put out a trade to the Peyton Express for Tony Pollard, Nico Collins for DJ Moore, Rashad White, and Marvin Harrison. Doubt it'll get accepted, but anything is really possible. He is 0-3. I'm 1-2, so I'm trying to make some shape. If we look at the league, have 50 points off the bench between David Montgomery and Devonta Smith, but that's the luck of the draw. You can't pick them all right. Travis Kelce is probably going to get replaced because he has not been very good. If we look at his complete stats, that's not what I wanted. 12, 10, 6. I mean, not awful, but not phenomenal. Current free agents in this list, we got Cameron Dicker, David Njoku, Mark Andrews, Fields, Tyler Loop, Evan Ingram, Wan'Dale Robinson, Darnell Mooney. Not seeing anybody that really jumps off the screen that could be beneficial to the overall success, because the team is good. Dylan Sampson, Wan'Dale Robinson. We could use a tight end. I might go and pick up Hunter Henry. Do I have... He's been balling out, so we will pick up Hunter Henry. Turn down for Watt, 2-1. We won this week, so that will bring us to a grand total of 12-11. Got a good 5-point win. Mayfield had a good game. Bo Nix had a good game. Barkley did not. Kyron did. Nico did. Drake London average. Njoku average. Jaylen Warren solid. Packers good. Brandon Arbor good. Pearsall did have 19 on the bench. Khalil Shakir had 14. Quentin Johnson had 14 as well. So not the best, but also not the worst. If we look at it at face value, Khalil Shakir's playing New Orleans. I kind of like the upside in that. And Quentin Johnson's playing the Giants. I also like the upside in that. So I'm going to take Quentin Johnson and move him in for Jaylen Warren against Minnesota. And then Khalil Shakir. I guess Khalil Shakir can rock out. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm all right with that. So 12-11, moving on to the Jalen Ramsey season, in which we lost, which would bring us back to 500 at 12-12. Again, Michael Penix, Jahmyr Gibbs had 26, Chase Brown had 6, Nico had 22, McMillan had 7, Kraft had 5, Hubbard had 9.6, Jaylen Warren had 13, Myers had 9, Rams had 7, Boswell had 3, missed Devonta Smith off the bench, and Ricky Pearsall and Cam Scatterboo, and the Eagles defense. So, real bad picking on my side. We're 7th of 8, which isn't great. Michael Penix, you gotta go. Never falling for that trick again. We'll move Jaden Daniels back to the starting spot for now. Jaylen Warren, in that second flex, we will put Devonta Smith or Matthew Golden or Ricky Pearsall. Ricky Pearsall has been balling. But Matthew Golden's playing Dallas, and they just let Roman Dunzia give them the wienering of a lifetime. So we will do Matthew Golden. Will I suffer from this? There's a high chance. There's a very high chance. But there's also upside. Look at the current free agents. I would really like the Bills defense against New Orleans. I think they will absolutely demolish them. All right. Jaylen Warren season, we're 2-1. In which we lost, so that brings us to a whopping total of 12-13. Got smashed on by a fellow Steelers fan. Saquon didn't show up, and we left 20-15 from JK and Devonta on the bench. Not ideal. Not ideal. If you go back here so you guys can see exactly what went wrong with my second money league. 3, 6, 6, 10, 15, 5, 7. Then we had 12 from DJ Moore on the bench. So yeah, we were here. Nope, we were here. So we have Drake May, who's going against Carolina. who just absolutely destroyed the Falcons, so that's interesting. Philly's going against Tampa Bay. McMillan's going against New England. Ibuka's going against Philly. McBride's going against Seattle. Dobbs is going against Cincinnati. Who can I... I like Dobbins against Cincinnati. I think we'll stick with that for now. And in this league, I am 2-1, ranked second. It's my fun league with family and friends. We done messed up AA Ron. We're 2-1, week 3. We called a dub, so that brings us back to 500 at 13-13. Not sure. Bo Nix wasn't great. Saquon wasn't either. Javonte was okay, I guess. Metcalf was okay at best. And Jigba was great. Trey McBride was good. Nico was great. Then we had 24 from Hampton on the bench, which is not ideal, and 19 from Ricky Pearsall, which is also not ideal. Could have had an even better week, but, you know, to each their own. So for this week, Hampton is going to start, yes. Pearsall against Jacksonville, yes. Nico against Tennessee, yes. Javonte versus Green Bay. Chris Godwin against Philly. Tucker Kraft against Dallas. Ooh, not sure how I feel about that. Daniel Jones is out there at quarterback. How am I feeling about Bo Nix? I'm not exactly sure. Keenan Allen is still available. Do I have too many people? I do. Who can? Ramondre Stevenson. Gotta go. Yep. Who else is out there? Michael Pittman still out there. And so is... Let's go position by position. Who is my tight end? Oh, Trey McBride. And I got Tucker Kraft, so we're kind of solid there. I think I might drop Chris Godwin and go get Michael Pittman. Yeah, let's do that. Or do I go get Daniel Jones? It's a very good question. Because as it stands, Daniel Jones is quarterback 17, 29, 22, 15. We play the Rams, then the Raiders, the Cardinals, Chargers, Tennessee. I don't know. We'll come back to that. And then this one, we lost again. So we're at 13-14. Wizard of Oz. Not a good fantasy year for me. Read recap. See what this says. 5 turnovers, 16 total fantasy points. Yeah, not a good showing. C- for me, A for them. We look at that specific team. Jamar Chase didn't do absolutely anything. Hampton had 21 off the bench. Gary Wilson had 19. HN even had 12. So we could have won if we put Hampton in instead of, and then moved Nakua to 1. So yeah, like I said, can't really do anything. They play in Denver, so I'm not going to put him in there. I will take Jamar out, and I will put in Hampton. I think that Denver defense is going to give Chase Browning a running for his money. Also, I could probably put Garrett Wilson in against Miami. James Conner's out for the season. We hate to see it. We're going to drop him. And then we're going to replace him with find us a running back, Jordan Mason. And then who else can we? Who else can be on the chopping block? Marvin Harrison could be on the chopping block too. Let's go to players. And let's go to wide receivers. Let's go get dang, there's so many people on here. It's like, who do I prioritize? Ricky Pearsall's been balling out. Let's go get Ricky Pearsall. Claim. And we're going to drop Marvin Harrison. And then we can do defense. I don't know how I feel about Pittsburgh against Minnesota. So let's go try to find us a defense. Buffalo against or Detroit against Cleveland. Let's do Buffalo against New Orleans. And drop Pittsburgh. I just do not. Oh, okay. We'll do that. And then once that clicks, we will move it around. So yeah, 13 and 14 going into it. We are 1 and 2. Two and 1. Two and 1. So that's 1, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9, 11, 12. Yep, 13, and then 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that is my fantasy football week 3 recap and update. Got any tips, any suggestions who I should be targeting, where my holes lie in my teams? Comment down below. Until next time, peace.